We have a wonderful author with us today. Her name is Sushana Guthrie, and she has a fantastic book that's available. But first, let me just bring her into the program and introduce her. Good afternoon, Sushana. How are you? Welcome to Ragamuffin International right here on the Voice of the Caribbean. Welcome to the program. How are you today?
I am doing fine. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you live on the air with us today. It's so important. So many people are struggling with children with autism. There are also, of course, adults with autism because children grow up to be adults. And I imagine that, you have an insight into so many things. But of course, I want to start with your story first. You weren't really you were in the world of finance, but you found yourself in a situation where you needed some answers. Am I correct?
Yes. So I was like in the world of finance, whereby I had my own accounting practice. And then, I got married, have my child, doing things the right way. And the next thing I know, approximately 2 years into my child life, she was diagnosed with autism. Like, we had family visited because I live upstate New York, and we had family visited, and my daughter, she was very secluded, all by herself, and the children who was at a much younger age than her were very sociable, talking, expressive, doing all of those good stuff. So that's when things kind of like went off in my head that something just ain't right. And we started looking into it, and then sadly I got the sad news that my daughter not only has autism, but she has like severe autism, or what they'll refer to what they'll refer to as like level 3 autism. So of course my world was shattered, and it hasn't been the same since. But like luck would have it, I just started changing my perspective. I just started like accepting the reality of where I'm at, because like in Jamaica or in the Caribbean diaspora, people are not so aware or knowledgeable about autism. And to me at the time, that was like, okay, lady, you're cursed, you're not good enough, your very first child you have.
There's a lot of stigma attached to mental health and certain things, and it's not even a mental health problem, it's a developmental problem.
Yes, it is.
But I know in the islands sometimes we tend to judge a little bit, and it's just a lack of, like you said, a lack of understanding.
Yes.
So go ahead and continue on your journey. How did you come to the point where you started to find solutions to the problems you were facing?
Yes, so I came to the point of finding solution for my daughter when I found out that, hey, no one really cares. It's kind of like sad, the health sector, the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, the therapists, and everyone. The sooner I came to the realization that no one is gonna do the job but me, that's when my life started changing, because I'm like, okay, this is my daughter. These symptoms and behavior that she's displaying is not normal. There must be something that can be done. And then I decided to take her to like a functional doctor, like a holistic doctor. And then that's when he advised me that she needs to be taken off gluten. I need to stop giving her milk. And then I kid you not, my daughter, she had symptoms like she was banging her head in the wall. She was damaging tablets. She was hitting on others. She was like hitting on me. I wasn't able, my life became lonely very quickly because no one wants us around anymore. So I just started digging deeper, and I started finding out that nutrition has a lot to do with us, even us as adults. I started learning that nutrition, the things that we eat and the time that we eat, and how we eat, it plays such a significant role in our life. So the minute I started like cleaning up our diet, like I no longer give her processed food, I no
Mhm.
longer
Something for
yes, so every
sugars, yes.
yes, I
Mhm.
no longer give her candy, as painful as that is. I no longer
Mhm.
give it to her. That's when I started encountering a little bit of peace. Now I was able to start taking her outside. So when I started changing her nutrition and introducing things, like one thing I discovered when I started digging deep is that people on the spectrum, they are very deficient in like a lot of essential nutrients that they need to survive and function. Some of those nutrients are like vitamin D, vitamin B12, vitamin A. So the minute I started discovering those stuff, I just started improving her nutrition in that regard. And that's when her behavior started to change, because even though for the first time she's going to be 12 in May, and I've been struggling with her, but for the past 3 years or so, when I decided to write the book, everything started changing. My daughter is now reading. My daughter is now able
Wow,
to.
that's wonderful.
Thank you. My daughter is now able to sit in the library and go to public spaces without having outbursts. And you have those people staring at you like, what the hell is going on here? What is this going on? So
Mhm.
recently I did her annual review, and I'm so excited as a mom to see whereby getting a report from, when before I learned what I learned, she was at not functioning, not applicable, not improving, not this, not that. So to have her review been done this year, like not too long ago, like a week ago actually, and everything on her report, on her IEP is achieve, 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 achieve. And my life is now peaceful. I am now hopeful. She can now express her needs, and life is getting better day by day. And then when I check the statistics of what's going on in our society and even other parts of the world, I see whereby it has become so prevalent. So I was
The
like,
numbers are unbelievable. They really are. It's truly, there's so many people on the spectrum that the book that you've written is so important and such a handbook, because a lot of people are like you. You were faced with this situation and you didn't really know a lot about what to do and how to manage it, and you sought out information here, there, and everywhere.
yes.
And as a result, you've put together a comprehensive book called Nutritional Therapy for Autism, and it's done amazingly well on Amazon, earning you a #1 new release author title, which is amazing. And congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And it's so important that people out there, I know there are people out there right now listening to me who are struggling with kids who have autism, and they're feeling like you are, alone, by themselves, don't know what to do, who to reach, what they can do to because they go out in public and they can't control their child, and everybody looks at them like they're a horrible parent. And it's not, and anything is most of the time that's the furthest thing from the truth.
Yes.
Because it's not the parent, and it's a situation, it's a medical condition that we have to understand. And of course, we're talking about autism. It's Autism Awareness Month, the month of April. We're talking to author Sushana Guthrie, who has written this fantastic guide for everybody out there. And honestly, this is a way of eating that's helpful and good for everybody, really. Reduces inflammation. It's going to help you think more clearly, all of that. But tell me a little bit about the book and how people can find it. I know it's on Amazon. It's in 3 different forms. You can get it hardcover, paperback, or electronic version. And just tell the people a little bit about why you wrote the book and what kind of information they can garner from it.
Yes, I wrote the book because I was tired of being tired. I was tired of living in sadness. I was tired of being angry. So I decided to put all that energy into doing something positive, basically by researching. And once I researched and I dug deeper, they do say that knowledge is power. And I am a living testimony of that, being knowledgeable is so helpful. So for anyone who purchased this book, not only, like as you stated earlier, this book is not only for people who is on the spectrum, because even me as a parent, I used to struggle with my weight. I used to struggle with my hormones, not knowing what is going on, cystic acne and so many other stuff. But all these stuff that I've implemented for my children, they started to work for me as well. Because one of the challenge that you're gonna encounter is that it doesn't make sense that you have your children on a healthy diet, but you are outside eating, external food. So it has to be like a family practice. But what I learned is that the book will help you to like just take better care of yourself. Having a child with autism can be very overwhelming. And there were days when I was like in dark depression and I felt sad. But the minute I started implementing everything that I have in the book, I too have been positively impacted, because I'm now like in a better space. I no longer have brain fog. I am like positive, I'm upbeat, I'm in tune. I can be a better parent, like an extra better parent, because my nutrition is good. I'm centered, and my children are also centered. So it's basically happiness all around. And one of my greatest discovery with the book is that we have so many toxins in our homes, right? We have so much toxins in our home and in the environment, and being aware of those toxins that's in our home and in the environment in which we work or we operate, we can learn of ways to safely detox those toxins and mercuries and all those other stuff that's in the book. That's like very essential, not only to people who is on the spectrum, but for everyone who cares about improving their health.
Yeah, toxins are dangerous for everybody. Can you just tell me one of the toxins in our home that you were surprised to find?
Oh my God, the major one was the bleach. And as a Caribbean, as a Jamaican, that was that was a struggle. The fabulosos was a struggle. The pine sol was a struggle. Like, oh my God, how do I live without these products? The basic deodorants, like the deodorants, right? Like, say for example, when I did my daughter blood work, I pull her panel. My daughter, she has like a lot of aluminum and mercury and toxins. And I was like, Jesus, where is this coming from? When I check it out, it was coming from the deodorant. Not only that, our cookwares, like the pots that we cook in, all of those stuff as toxins. And I was right, that thing that they call slip free or whatever. Those pots are
yes, all those things. Yes.
Yeah,
when they start to break down and go into your food, it's a problem.
Right. So I had to learn fast. And go ahead, I'm sorry.
So some of those things are included in the book, as well as some of the dietary guidelines. So that's fantastic. That is wonderful. Again, let me just give out the name of the book so people can log on and find it in there wherever they buy books. Nutritional Therapy for Autism. It's called Nutritional Therapy for Autism by Sushana Guthrie. That's spelled Sushana Guthrie, Guthrie. So, search out either her as the author or Nutritional Therapy for Autism. Okay, so just find the book, and especially if you know somebody and they're not listening right now, get the book for them.
Yes.
Get the book for them. This is a handbook. This is something that like Sushana has been saying, it's not just for autism. Although it's greatly impactful on people on the spectrum, it's also just a healthy way of living, and she shares a whole lot of great foods and natural herbs and things that we can tap into that are culturally, part of our culture, but also able to, fit in within the restrictions of a new diet that contains no processed foods, no sugars, and all of the things that are important. And it can make a difference. The thing is that there are answers out there for you struggling with a child that has been diagnosed and you don't know what to do or where to turn, and you get different things from different doctors. This is a great handbook for you. Again, Nutritional Therapy for Autism by Sushana Guthrie, and it's available aside from Amazon. Like I said, where it's available both hardcover, paperback, and electronic version. Where else can we find the book?
It's also available on Barnes and Noble, and so it's available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and everywhere else where you could get like ebook versions. It's available through all those platforms as well.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your day, Sushana, for spending it with us and enlightening the people about your book. And as we highlight Autism Awareness Month here at the Voice of the Caribbean, any final words before we wrap up today?
What I would want to say I would like to speak to the hearts of parents or family members who have been affected by autism, just to say that there is hope. It's not easy, but with God, everything is possible. And as long as you take the steps as parents and as family member, day by day, you'll be overjoyed with happiness like I am. You'll be encouraged, and you'll be so happy to see the transformation that will be made in your life and your children's life. So I'll just say stay positive and stay the course. You'll get through it.
Sushana, thank you so much. You've done so much of the groundwork for parents out there struggling with this. You've put it all together in a comprehensive book that they can use as a guidebook to better nutrition for their children with autism, as well as for the general public. Eating healthy, what we put into our bodies makes a huge difference in our health and wellness and our mental capacity as well.
Yes.
So again, I thank you and I commend you on the success of the book and continued success, and we look forward to your next publication.
Thank you very, very much. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful to have you on the program. Thanks again, Sushana. Have a wonderful day.
You do the same. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Of course, that is Sushana Guthrie, author